Sunday morning, everybody. This is Grace, and today I want to talk about criticism and when you're a highly sensitive person, or maybe even when you're not a highly sensitive person. But also maybe some of anxiety, or what is it? In this case, when it's cyberbullying, and when somebody's a cyberbully. So these are the things I'm going to discuss. Boy, it is a beautiful morning, but the condensation builds up on the windshield, so I'm going to have to turn the windshield wiper off and on every once in a while. Okay, and yes, it's 6:49 in the morning, and of course I have somebody who's all this road is going to be following me. So yeah. Okay, about this, I have been a person that's been online, where my opinions or my thoughts or something have been out there since like 1990. Back then it was things called listservs. People just gave their opinions about things, and it's kind of like, in a way, some of it could be thought of as like a diary even. And then there were online journals, online diaries. This is over time, and eventually blogs. People call them blogs, but some people still do them as journals and diaries. There is a difference. And anyway, so every blue moon, I might have gotten, over all those years since 1990, got a negative comment, but they weren't, back then they didn't call them trolls or haters. It was bashers was the term back then. Yeah, these windshield wipers, yeah. Anyway, but I would get, a negative comment, or I'd see somebody leave a really negative comment on somebody else's comment, or whatever it was, diary, journal, whatever. But I think people feel a lot freer to do it when you're on YouTube. Oddly enough, they do. Of course they do it under a fake, it's a channel, but it's a fake account. But yeah, they're cyberbullies, and they don't have any problem with saying what they think. And I'm going to say this too. A lot of people who live in the United States they totally believe that they have total freedom of speech, that they can say anything they want to. Of course, they've heard of, not yelling fire in a crowded theater, but they don't know that, no, you don't really have the right to say everything you think. And they need to go and look it up. Seriously, go and look it up, because they're not going to believe that, no, you can't say certain things. But they do. But they will. And of course they do it under a fake account, whatever kind of way it is. If it's on any kind of service, it's going to be something fake. But anyway, you're a highly sensitive person. How do you take criticism? From what I've understood, people who are highly sensitive, or maybe even people who suffer from anxiety, they don't take criticism very well. Yeah. Now, I'm not a healthcare professional provider. That's just my opinion. But I do wonder why, and I think that it is somehow connected to that they have heard too much of it in their lives. That was false. Okay, false. Now, it's different when you feel yourself that you were wrong. But I'm talking about when somebody, like people call narcissistic type people, or sociopaths, something like that, they just criticize, it's projection, and they just criticize because they enjoy seeing other people get hurt, that kind of. I think that might be okay, it's an issue. Later on in the morning. It's 8:48, in fact, and I didn't finish the video. Anyway, here's a question for you. One of those, what would you do, think, say? But a little history first. Today is my second year of making videos on YouTube. Second year anniversary kind of thing. Not on this channel. I have an original channel. I've really lost interest in that channel, and I've mentioned that before, that the things I was doing was the only thing that I knew back then, and that I saw communities, one of two, I think. Anyway, I lost interest in that one. But so 2 years, I'm changing the way I'm doing them, what I'm doing, and all that. But just yesterday, in fact, I received a really, really hateful comment on not my most recent video, but it was one from the beginning. And basically what it was first somebody said that she couldn't open the video. It just was taking a long time to open, and I never had any problem with it, but and so she said, well, what was it about? Well, somebody else took it upon herself, a woman took it upon herself to answer, and it was a cruel, really hateful, cyberbully, typical cyberbully response. And somebody else jumped on that and, basically kind of laughed about it also. And then, some people would call that a narcissistic person and her flying monkey kind of thing. So what would you have done in that kind of situation? Now, I've been, like I said, since 1990s, I've seen them before, and, negative comments. But I basically learned what to do. Before I say what I did, what would you do? Or what would you say? Me, I basically just deleted her, blocked her. Not deleted the comment, just blocked her. And blocking her basically, deleted her comment, as far as I know. And the person who responded, look at the moon up there, if you can see it. Anyway, so that's how I did. But the thing is, I don't know about anybody else, but that kind of thing, when somebody's just really hateful, is not really, I don't see it so much as a reflection on me, but I do at first. It'll bother me for a short while, and it might be something that I have even thought, well, that's that I've thought about it, but just it's the way somebody puts it is wrong. But I'm not, I had thought that I wanted to change things up and do them different, improve some and all that, but it wasn't that kind of comment. It was just a hateful kind of comment. It really made me think, what kind of person wouldn't feel anything? Now, I have actually heard in my lifetime, that a person that has a real good, healthy self-esteem and self-confidence, that insults, they automatically know that it's the person and not them. I don't totally see it that way, and remember, this is just my opinion, because I think that the only person who doesn't ever feel affected at all, or at least, as we know, is someone who is narcissistic type. That it's a narcissistic type behavior, is to think they're never wrong. So what anybody says doesn't matter. I don't think that way either. But I think anybody would have a moment of cause to pause kind of thing. And that's just my opinion. But for me, it lasts less than an hour. I think that over time, I get more. It's sad, but yeah.